his possession.
In his simple possession.
You,
Right.
Cause see, so you know what I mean. Out the gate, we already got obstacles that keep us from buying these homes, from voting, and all of that. You know what I mean. And we got to understand that the same powers that hold us down are the same powers that will set us free. We as people of color have to start not looking at. I ain't saying the president ain't important. It is important. But we got to start looking at it on a local level.
Local level,
We got to start. We can't just get out and vote for presidents.
Right.
We got to start his representative.
Governor.
Is this representative really
District.
about what they're supposed to be? Is this mayor talking about what he's supposed to be?
Right.
Because a lot of people say, "Oh, police this, police that." The mayor very rarely gets jammed up on this.
Right.
He or she very rarely gets jammed up on this. But who employs the chief?
Right.
The mayor.
The mayor. Yep.
yes.
That's where you gotta start. At the
I have a
bottom.
comment from the viewer.
The intermediate
Business
election-
loans were geared up for upper middle class and upper class businessmen that had no need for the money.
Yes,
Yes.
because they got theirs in first.
What they call what they call a secure loan?
But see, they
And
should.
also
But they-
another factor in there is a lot of the small businesses, the people treated, because there was something on the other day, this lady had applied for it, but she couldn't get it because the check came and the bank held it up because she was a small business and instead of having a separate business account, she had
Yeah,
everything
personal,
included
personal.
in her personal account.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So they held it up. So
Yes.
So what they claim to be, well, right now
Questionable.
it's
They keep
questionable.
her fraud.
Right.
Other than these other people with these daggone ghosts, or they don't need the money and they take it and put it somewhere else. Or they get the money and they still let their employees go.
Well, wouldn't that be just considered, as some people would say, smart business? The business practice that we don't know about.
Well, you know what I mean.
Being
Fair-
learn,
fair is fair.
it's like learning to hustle before you start hustling. You know, just don't start hustling and then you don't know how to hustle. You know, you gotta learn. You gotta learn how to hustle.
What if you know how to hustle, but you're not invited to the game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can shoot pool, but they won't let me in the pool.
Well,
It should be conducted fairly.
as they say, not what you know, who you
Who you
know.
know? Yeah.
That's right.
It's just like,
Who in place? Who in position to pull you in?
or if you go back to Reaganomics, the trickle down concept.
Mm-hmm.
Good concept, but you took it, but you didn't consider the human factor of greed.
I think no one can say.
Well, see, that has to be the founding because the country is founded on greed. So that has to be the primary. You know what I mean? Again, I can't fathom how a guy that's 26 years old gets $10 million of the stimulus money. I've been on the job 30 years. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the job 30 years and they sent me $1,200.
A comment from the viewer, loans are always available for those that don't need it, meaning those with the money.
See, the key word was these wasn't necessarily loans. These was bailouts.
What?
So,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
all
right.
of us can go out and get a loan,
Exactly.
sign our name and have to pay
And
that
how-
loan. back.
exactly.
But these guys got free money.
At a certain percentage
the
rate.
loophole, or that loophole was created
That's
for
not
them to
free
get this
money.
money.
But you.
That is
understand.
not free money. You know why it's not free money? Cause they're gonna pay taxes to make up the damn difference.
Absolutely.
But at the same time,
You get that $10 million, it's free money.
Yeah, he got the free money. He got free money.
If you get that $10 million, it's free money.
He got free money and we got screwed.
A comment from the viewer, there are over 50,000 small businesses that will never reopen due to the pandemic and being denied loans.
Yes.
yes,
All
that's
right.
true.
That's
But
very true.
Hopefully, Shaquille O'Neal and all these other celebs that are partnering up with the companies are able to give money out and people are able to apply and get, apply for
I mean,
it.
but that money can only go to a chosen few.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
You're talking about them with their franchises.
yeah. I mean, unless you
Shaq
actually.
is with, was it Papa John's?
Uh huh.
whoever has a franchise of Papa John's is going to be able to
That's
get
your
money.
kill. That's your killer.
But you
Right.
take the neighborhood, we'll say Hot Sauce Williams, you don't get nothing.
But see, how
You don't get
so,
nothing.
but see, but I'm sorry, but you know I'm a big conspiracy theorist. It is what it is, and the whole thing for me is why, and you know what I mean. What we've been hearing from the elite, supposedly elite, that there's too many people, and the wealth gap is closing. Everybody feel like they can get that piece of a pie now, and everybody's getting a piece of a pie. Again, you ride up and down our neighborhoods, everybody's closing. What do we have to go to take our business now? What do we have to do now to get those businesses to come back? Those same guys that own the Walmarts and the Targets and all that, they're going to get additional revenue now because they took away Hot Sauce Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? You get to drive to where that place is.
But you better not get pulled over on
You
your
get
way
pulled
home.
over on the way up. That's a whole nother time.
What you need,
Better drive in the daylight.
and
Get out
And
early.
go on a bicycle.
if you have a Jag, park it in the garage and drive your whoopty.
Nah, I'm driving the Jag.
Gotta drive jack.
Well, might have
It's
to
like when it gets stopped.
And I'm picking up the accident. Hello.
And you're gonna get pulled over.
Well,
You will get pulled over.
I
And
think
choke.
we gonna bounce back, but I think this restructuring of our society is just a bigger ploy to see what the next wave is, and we just don't know what the next wave is going to consist of now, with how our society will be structured. Because who's to say that they will ever reopen schools? Who would say that all the jobs that's working from home now, that they'll say, hey, since this is working so well, come clear out your desk. We finna close this building, this branch down.
Where I work at, they've already closed one place, one of their locations down permanently, and they're gonna close down another location permanently.
Because everybody's working from home. They're working.
Yes.
And they can see the work can be productive and get done from the individuals at home.
And all they have to do is cut down their brick and mortar, maybe have big meeting rooms, or what you call daggone
Conference
workstations
rooms.
for daggone departments to come in and maybe conduct a meeting, but otherwise they work from home.
Well, hell, they saving all
Just
the
like
damn
the
money. They be
stores.
giving out some
You
damn
know,
raises.
just-
Shit, the
just-
light bill going up, the food bill going up.
Hey, they saying, hey,
Just like you're talking about the people that have capitalized on this pandemic, Amazon, husband and divorcee wife, they have profited from this.
I don't know about that one.
Yes, they have. It was on the news. They have profited on that.
Talking about lawyers? Like, the
Amazon,
Amazon.
Amazon, the owner and his wife, his ex-wife, they have profited.
Oh.
man,
Man,
what you sitting at the house though? You ain't doing nothing but ordering stuff.
Hey, what you think about
You know what? Let me
Let me
jump
get
in
on
real
that.
quick on something. You was talking about working from home. And, you know, let's just give credit where credit is due for these teachers that's having with this online learning.
I don't know about
And, you
that.
know, my family, I come from a family full of educators.
I thought you was going to say immigrants.
Probably. But I would say these educators, some of the things that they have to go through now, the more hoops that they have to jump through now with this online teaching abilities and extra meetings and correspondence, they going through hell and high water right now. And I can say that because I've seen it actually firsthand to what they're having to do with, you know, these students online. I mean, in a classroom, teachers more have more of a structure, and they have more of a closing on
But you know-
in their
but
classroom.
you know
They can eyeball
Yeah.
little Johnny showing out.
But-
They can eyeball little Susie not paying attention, not getting her work.
Yeah, but
this
see,
online
what they're
stuff,
doing is that they're putting that responsibility on the parents. They don't have to. They are not being the ones that have to discipline your child if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
You know what I mean?
Now it's up to the parents to do that, and they don't have to worry about any, you know, being held responsible for your child, because now the parent is, if your child is not paying attention, not logged on, not doing their work, they're gonna say, well, parent, what are you doing? Are you not monitoring your child at home? Or are you not there? You're not watching them? You're not doing, checking on them? I mean, what the
But
parent
it
is
flips both sides. I mean, look at it. You flip both sides. Okay, you sending the kids to school now. Your parents is like, okay, that ain't my responsibility no more. It's them teachers' responsibility. And so,
Well, a lot of people does that.
but I'm saying,
Parents wish their kids
but
go to
it's
school
going back to
But
them.
see, it's a catch-22, man. And the reason why it's a catch-22 is because, let's talk about little Johnny. Little Johnny gonna have to have that temper tantrum at the house then.
Right.
Alright? 2, I watch kids. I ain't gonna call y'all names, my children. But I watch kids take tests with their phone. How's that learning? That ain't learning.
Right.
That's not learning. To take the kids out of school, like I said, it's a catch-22. The teachers have always said they fear for their safety. And they couldn't wait for the school bell to ring.
Right.
Alright, now you got that. You're safe.
Right. Yeah.
Most of you working in Jesper Blouse.
Right.
You know? You good. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, for our children, I don't think they're learning. I think we're gonna pass a lot of kids that ain't got it.
It passed them off. Yep.
Well, because they're
Well, I
gonna
agree
be
with that.
in a position well, I don't like it because simple fact. Now you basically, I don't like it because as children going to school, it taught them a sense of responsibility, self-motivation, just and social skills and everything. But now
Social skills.
so now by them just being isolated at home, you taking all that away. It's like you isolating them and segregating them. Now they can't interact with other kids, even if other kids are other race. So, socially, are these kids going to be able to, as they get older, be able to socialize? Because if it's like a prisoner. If I've been isolated for the last 10 years, I get out.
But you hit on something though, because school has a role in raising and molding a human being.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got all the good shit from school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, all the stuff your mama used to hide from you.
You got it from school. You know what I mean? Oh, this. You know what I mean? That's what they doing on the show.
Right.
That's what's going on.
Did you watch South Park?
That's what's going on. You know what I mean? So you really, we create a society where,
No more food fights.
you know what I mean? You create a society where we're going to be so isolated and independent where we're not even going to communicate with each other.
Yeah,
And it's easy to control a person that's not communicating.
yeah. Cause
Yeah.
you got the media you can put out there.
You can
If
put out there
control
what you
the media,
want.
You can put out there what you want. Now, talking about the media, some places are experiencing a problem whereas people can't log on. And the structure is not taking into consideration that there's a technical problem and the kids are being penalized as not logging on, not getting their homework turned in. That's the flip side to the problem also. Not all the school systems are structured to set up with that.
But here's the deal.
Not everybody. There was one news incident whereas these kids were outside the day on Taco Bell because they didn't have Wi-Fi at home. They were outside on the
Oh, well,
side.
that's
Yeah.
what they're trying to pass that bill
There's-
now, where they're trying to get it. Which Obama was trying to do in the beginning, get out towers
Whereas the
for
web would be
Wi-Fi and
well,
low
we
income
want
areas
television.
and so on and so on. Not Trump, but Obama. You know, 'cause
I had no idea. That's deep.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
So
deep.
yeah,
man.
that's
deep.
we're gonna
that's
hit.
still on the news.
We're gonna hit on relationships real quick. Well, Cardi
If
B.
you don't have
Cardi
it-
B is getting a divorce.
That wop. What's so wop?
And
Yo,
what you think? Hey, now say you Dr. Dre, right?
Right.
The-
Right. I already know where you're going.
Right. Let's go.
That's what I wanted to say. I'm done.
At
I'm
least
finna
you
go.
call you here to see Hammer.
So, but I need $2 million a month to survive.
You got me.
Yeah, you did it funky. But I'm the type of guy, look,
Drive-bys happen every
I
day.
would spend $2 million a month paying a lawyer to keep you from getting it. You better go ahead and sign this paperwork. Stop fooling with me. You know what I mean? Go on, get this little settlement and go ahead on about the business. But I find it hard to believe that Dr. Dre wouldn't have a prenup. So obviously she's got to be fighting a prenup. I don't know the particulars of it, but I hope he was smart enough. And usually the prenups are ironclad unless there's kids involved. When there's kids
I
involved,
think the kids are grown.
there it is. That loophole
I
gone.
think the kids are grown.
Usually the judge say, well, you agreed to give her $10 million. We're gonna give her $10 million because it's in the prenup, but we also gonna give her $1 million a month for the kids.
Right. But I mean, on the flip note, Cardi B is totally different. She don't want anything. She just want him to, come
And
pick
that's
the
the way
kid up,
it should
pick
be.
the
Unless,
kid
you know what
up,
I mean?
still be a father. I don't need your money. I don't need your support. Just, make sure you're part of your daughter's life. So, but the thing I want to ask is that when it comes to breakups, do you think it depends on the individual and where they are in their life to be more acceptable in a breakup? Like if a female,
Let's back up though. We talking about folks with a lot of money. We ain't talking about us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The
So when we
regular
talk about
Joe
us,
Blows.
it's different when y'all have made $150,000, $20,000 a year and y'all got one house. It's gonna be some scrapping going on. So, but the ideal thing is that's why when you buy a house, you have to understand that half of it is his or hers. If it goes bad, you take your car, we gonna punch a for sale sign in the yard, and we gonna keep it moving.
but okay, I'm gonna ask you this: who you think is more bitter, men or women, when it comes to separation?
Men usually is more vindictive. Women is unforgiving. Men are vindictive. We very vindictive when it comes to our money. You see, we ain't giving up shit. We don't want to give up nothing under no circumstance. See, he just said about Cardi B. Cardi B's like, I don't want nothing from her. I got my own. I'm good.
Right.
Yada yada yada. Now, a woman scorned. If the breakup is about another woman, you in trouble. You in trouble.
She won't have your.
Nah, she want all of it.
You better burn the house down. Ain't nobody shit.
I want it all.
It's two levels to that, man. It's two levels. The first level is, okay, we breaking
I
up
put
because
the
he
roses
cheated.
over there.
You know what I mean? The first level is, we breaking up because he cheated. You might get out with a few bumps and bruises. But if he left me for her, that's your man.
Yeah.
You got to move back home with mama. When by the time she gets done, you going back home.
Cause here it comes. That bitch ain't laying in that bed that I.
So what do you think about this? Go ahead.
No, man, go ahead. You got to
Come on.
Come on, young
Door for the church open.
This is the first time I saw you sit up.
Cause he knows.
So I happen to know a guy, and not me. I swear it's not. How do you? Okay, would you go through all this shit?
Let's listen to this real good so we'll know.
Right. This dude, he had a long marriage. I forgot how they got divorced or whatever. They had to end up selling their house.
Right.
So he kept his little cars and everything. He ain't got nothing in his name. He got money somewhere else in homeboy's house where he can get to it, what. He's making a decent amount of job, driving MTA. They probably make about 70 to 80,000, maybe in the triple digits. But yeah, he quit that shit. Like he actively forced them to fire him in a way. Can't be on your phone. His baby mama was trying to get him for all the money he was getting.
See, that's that
So-
vindictive. That's that vindictive.
Exactly.
Cause they fit here with child support.
Is that
Now, but they have to base it off of unemployment and not his
Right.
not his
So what he's doing
employment
is
rate.
he's getting 1,000. The one of his baby mama getting 1,000.
One
The
of them.
other one is getting like close to 8. So he said, I'm giving him 130 or 100, whatever. So he got a homeboy that has a business or work for a business in the HR department. He sent his homeboy 300 so he can write the check and send it back. Yeah, I worked this amount of money, da da da. He has a side gig that he do on houses and other stuff like that. They said, well, can't you pick up more work with that, or can't you go work at another one? So he's gonna purposely fail his CLD, TDL test. Still think so he ain't got a drive. Well, I tried all these places. He got applications that are gonna be set to different, like predated or whatever. Gonna come to court. Look, I tried it. It's a pandemic going on. They're not gonna want me in their house doing this and that. I'm only getting this amount of money. You can't tell me what I can make, what I can't make. This is what I do. He'll get a job at Walmart and work. You ain't getting nothing but $100. That's what he's
But you
getting.
know what though? We all can understand it, but that shit is sad.
He's going through
You
all
know what I mean?
that.
But the shit is sad though. For a couple of reasons. Couple of reasons is A, he chose these women.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's first and foremost.
Why he dodging that?
Secondly,
Those his
he
kids.
is ducking trying to take care of his kid.
Right.
The kids
How
off
he
at the
said.
end.
Next time I was like, man, don't you want to be there for like all the special events? I know Corona shit's going on, but you want to see them grow up. Like, you don't want them regretting you or, having different ways, thoughts about you as a man growing up. Nah, it'll be all right. They want more money. What I give you in child support is what pays for this and that. What you do with that, don't ask for no more money.
Well, I guess men can be a little bit.
That's also being selfish.
A comment from the viewer. Why do men have wives that are attractive and have something going for themselves and still cheat?
Selfish.
God.
Because there's
Hey, don't be asking them type of questions. Them questions. What we doing here?
Yeah, plain and simple. You know what I mean? Some people, people gonna be who they are. My thought process is that somebody just being selfish. That's just that person and how that person is. It may not apply to you, but it may apply to somebody else over here.
I think it's more or less just a stupid decision. I mean, you fell for the opportunity to present itself, and you just fell for it. And you fucked up.
there's
Wait,
another way to look at it. Unless you know what goes on behind the closed doors, you really don't know.
That's
Well,
right.
that's right, because you could have
And
been
also,
holding out for the
looking
last
at
8 months.
who it is that you married.
Or
Now,
she
you
could
maybe.
She could have been holding out for the last 8 months.
Hey,
Is the
it could
bedroom
be-
still shaking?
It
Do
could,
the neighbors know your name?
it could be a
Straps, tie
situation
downs.
whereas
Not the tie down. What the hell?
this individual has been.
You gotta make it keep it funky, baby. You gotta keep it funky.
Come on.
You gotta keep it going.
An individual may have been dedicated to that person, but that person had daggone insecurities and just kept on and kept on. Hey, if I'm gonna be accused to it, I might as well go in and do it.
Sometimes.
That can happen
Nah,
sometimes.
I don't
What do you
necessarily
do?
agree with you.
Wait,
Let me tell you something. Men and women cheat for 2 different reasons. Men cheat because of the physical. We don't necessarily get
Why it's not
emotional.
emotional.
You know what I mean? We gonna go home.
raised up.
You know what I mean? We look at it like a football team.
Right.
Yeah, we got Tom Brady at the quarterback. We gonna give you a little plan, but you ain't gonna
But you ain't
start.
gonna start. You gonna come in off the bench.
But you got to understand it. But
The street they tried.
what men mess up in is we ain't up front. We ain't forthcoming with that scenario with the starting quarterback up front. And that's what we get in trouble with.
Okay, so speaking on the starting quarterback, a comment from a viewer. Do men normally cheat up or do they cheat with someone just because they are there?
We ain't gonna cheat up. We ain't gonna go get nobody better than that.
No.
We ain't doing that.
I can't say
That involves guilt. We ain't doing
Yeah,
that.
we ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that. No, we ain't training up. We ain't do that.
It varies.
I know a guy at work.
But it ain't me. It ain't me.
I swear to God, it's like,
It ain't
I've been through everything.
Whatever you do, don't tell nobody where you are.
I'm not hanging at your one.
I ain't make this shit up.
So you
dude-
did what? I mean, you said this guy did what?
Nah, man, I'm gonna hear this. Go ahead, bro.
So this dude,
Yes, you know.
uh-oh.
One go.
This dude, okay, he's been married for a while. I don't know. This is what I was been
2
told
months.
to me.
That's what I told you.
I've been married for a while. Seen him pull up in his new, what was it, Buick Enclave, whatever. I don't know. It was a nice little vehicle. Say, yeah, me and my wife, this and that, we good. And they said, I'm hearing from somebody else that, yeah, you see somebody else at work that like him. And, you know, now you see him starting to get with one another. And his wife is unemployed. I think she's doing like, he's making good money. But she is like doing like daycare or something like that. And I think that's even dwindled down due to the coronavirus. So he's thinking about divorcing her, leaving her for this new girl. And he thinks, yeah, man, these other dudes, I can't tell you what work, but the other guys that work of higher stature tried her, and a lower worker in here is making good money too, got her. Bro, that ain't even the case.
So
Everybody
everybody
had a
more
chance,
attracted
you
to
know
him
what I'm
than anybody
That's
else.
called game. He had more game than everybody else. That's all.
Everybody had a
But what he messing up is though is this right here. He finna trade in one for another, thinking the grass is green.
Right.
And that ain't cool.
And it's spray painted dirt
I
on
said
there.
to
It's more crabgrass than
You said straight painted dirt.
Yeah,
So-
spray painted dirt.
He'll leave work. She ain't on the cart. He'll leave work, let her drive, whatever, come back, pick him up, and then go back to her house. Then he'll go home to his wife. I'm like, bro, you are out in the open. Everybody know you married.
Oh, stop. Freeze. You said he let her drive his car around while he at work?
The new Buick. She gets off before him. Comes back to pick him
That
up.
boy living dangerous.
They go back.
Hey, swing on
Right.
that fence, boy.
It's just like
When-
that.
Yeah, they black. Oh, black.
Oh, okay.
So
thing
he kept
is-
the road reverse. She dropping him off at work and playing.
Kicker.
She didn't put that woo woo on it.
Right.
She, you know what I mean?
She about 45. He's 40 or 38. So I don't tell
So
her.
what?
Yeah, he's like 38. She's about 45. Something like
Ah,
that.
okay, yeah, I sum this up right now. He a square. He had never been turned down before. She turned him down. No wide open.
Got him.
And it's a wrap.
He done
Nailed it.
told dude, I'm in love, man. I think I'm in love. I'm like, bro, he is stupid.
Well, you
I was
know.
like, man, she's gonna, your wife is gonna take you for everything you got.
Man, it ain't even about her taking for everything. I just told y'all the last episode. 45 is not the new 35. But stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Comment from the
I
viewer.
can tell you what's gonna
Is it
happen.
okay to still interact with someone who still has feelings for you and you're in a relationship?
Is it okay to interact?
Is it okay to still interact with someone who still has feelings for you and you're in a relationship?
See, the question is a trick question. Because it says still have feelings for you. Meaning you knew they had feelings for you and it's possible y'all had some dealings. Now, if somebody, you know what I mean, got a crush on you and y'all ain't never had no dealings, then yeah, it's cool, it's harmless, it ain't nothing. But if you know, you can't
You
be
done
kicking with
already
your
been
head.
there.
You can't be hanging out with your head.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can control that atmosphere. You can control that.
You control that narrative, but you can't control the ex narrative because
Right.
y'all done already did things and been in places that, hey, it should make anybody uncomfortable.
Right.
You gotta cut it loose and let it go. 'Cause
Yeah.
Once you with that person you with, hey, it's me till the wheels fall off.
But you also got to remember too, though. Us men and women, we ain't too much different from each other. Everybody trying to get with
Man.
you. You know what I mean? I saw the boy at Walmart the way he was sacking your groceries.
But why everybody come out the woodwork, though, man?
You put your bread on top. It was me to put my bread on the bottom.
But that's because they see how you. If they're around you and they see how you treat your girl, and then she like, I wish I could somebody get me somebody treat me like that. But if I wear this low dress and you know me, so yeah. Hey, that's the end of our show. Thank you for showing up and showing out with us. Hit us up on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time at Real Men Real Talk Nashville. Thank you. Salute.
Salute.